Rosie Sexton, the technician, knows it's just a very complete game, knows all about the sport. Zoila Frausto, I think her strength is her kickboxing, Sean.
We send it into the Bellator cage with Michael Williams.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your first fighter set and ready to make her way to the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This is Zoila Warrior Princess Frausto.
Zoila Frausto, the older sister of Stephanie Frausto, is determined to not only become a champion, but also to change the perception of women's MMA. For Frausto, it is equally important to be victorious and feminine.
A lot of people think that most women in this sport, they're just like brutes, you know, they have shaved heads and muscles, and they're just crazy. I like to be a woman most of the time, you know. I'm feminine, and that's why they call me the warrior princess. You know, I'm a princess too. So, but when it's time to turn to that warrior and get in that cage, I'm a beast.
Zoila Frausto, a self-described all-around athlete, started Taekwondo at the age of 11, played soccer at Fresno City College.
And now her opponent set and ready to make her way to the cage, fighting out of the blue corner. This is Rosie, the Surgeon Sexton.
Rosie Sexton is perhaps the most highly educated fighter in all of MMA, having attended Cambridge in her native England and holding a PhD in theoretical computer science. Sexton feels that intellect is a vital asset in mixed martial arts.
MMA is a thinking person's sport. I think fighters that can analyse strategies and their opponent and how to make their strengths fit with their opponent's weaknesses, I think they're the fighters that tend to do well. That's one of the things that appeals to me about it. It is so complex. I think it's one of the most technically demanding sports in the world, without exception, really.
There you see Dr. Rosie Sexton inside the Bellator cage. Holds the rank of black belt in Taekwondo and the rank of purple belt in BJJ. Jimmy, let's take a look at your inner circle.
Wow, I've never heard the term title before a fighter's name, but let's look at it for the powerful strikes of Frausto. You know, in her first fight, she literally broke her opponent's arm with a body kick. At the weigh-in, she looked so physically strong. That's her advantage. Rosie Sexton is a technician on the ground. I think once she feels Zoila's power, she might take this fight to the ground where she has a serious edge. No easy fight for Sexton. I think Sexton has really the toughest Bellator debut of any of the top women we've seen so far. This fight is not a pushover.
With the official introductions, we send it back to Bellator's cage announcer, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight from 4th Street Live in Louisville, Bellator Fighting Championships presents the Season 2 Tournament Championship conclusion here at Bellator 23. And now brought to you by Everlast and UB.net Race Stack Own. We step inside the Bellator cage for 3 5-minute rounds for this women's special feature at a catch weight of 121 pounds. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. She wears the black and pink at 5'5". She weighed in at 120 pounds even. The Muay Thai fighter brings a professional record of 6 victories, 2 by submission against a single defeat. Representing Team Buhawi, originally from Madeira, now fighting out of Fresno, California, introducing Zoila, the Warrior Princess Frausto. And across the cage, her adversary fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white at 5'4". She weighed in at 121 pounds. The grappler and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist brings a professional record of 10 victories, 1 by knockout, 7 by way of submission against a single defeat. Trained by Paul McVeigh and Peter Irving, representing Nomad MMA, widely regarded as one of the world's top female fighters from Manchester, England, introducing Rosie, the Surgeon Sexton. And now the referee for this contest, Gary Copeland.
Bring it in, ladies. Bring it in. All right, listen up, ladies. You both receive your instructions in the back room. I expect you to listen to my commands at all times and have a clean, fair fight. You got any questions, Blue? You got any questions, Red? Let's touch them up, go back to the corner, prepare to fight.
This Bellator special feature fight in the women's division at the catch weight of 121 pounds under the unified rules of combat, so elbows to the head are allowed.
Good.
Zoila Frausto is in the black and pink. Rosie Sexton in the white.
Blue?
Gary Copeland is the referee. The bell in round number 1.
This first opening minute is going to be very, very important. See Zoila keeping her stance very, very low. I think she's real wary of the takedown of Rosie Sexton. Doesn't want to stand too tall in that tie stance.
Sexton told us in our fighter meeting, Jimmy, she sees this matchup as a classic grappler versus striker. She, of course, playing the role of grappler.
I agree. Definitely agree.
Sexton, her only career loss, she enters 10 wins and that 1 defeat. September 2006, she was knocked out in the second round by Gina Carano. That was at the catch weight of 139 pounds. Sexton said she weighed 134 for that bout. She actually ate and was fully dressed for the weigh-in.
Well, she's weighing in at 121 pounds in this fight, and that's one of the problems with the women's division. There aren't a lot of great fights out there. These ladies have to move up and down the scale a lot, and it affects their record, Sean.
12th pro fight for Sexton, 8th pro fight for Frausto, who enters 6-1, the lightest the two of them have ever entered a fight. Frausto at 120, Sexton a pound heavier.
I like what Frausto's doing here. She's trying to move a lot, trying to keep Sexton at the end of her jab. That's going to be key whenever you have a grappler coming at you. You want to keep something in their face. Finally, Rosie on a single leg. Let's see what she can do with it. Let's it go.
Sexton now driving her opponent, Zoila Frausto, back. Frausto not intimidated by the pedigree of her opponent from Manchester, England. Big knees now from Sexton.
You know, good fighters recognize it's just another body in there.
Body lock held by Frausto. Right angle for position. Now the separation. Sexton said that she was willing to trade with Frausto, but she felt clearly her best chance was for a submission victory and not a knockout.
The problem is she's moving in here with her head very, very straight, very high up.
Oh, here's knee! Sexton is in trouble and she is out cold! Game, set, match, Zoila Frausto!
And that's the power I was talking about. Knockout shot. Rosie Sexton did not know what hit her. You know, just as I say, came in with her head straight, wasn't moving her head, got hit with the knee, then bang, followed up with the punches. That's the power of Zoila Frausto.
That is no upset in the eyes and in the mind of Zoila Frausto. She felt that she was the favorite. She felt that her superior Muay Thai would lead her to victory, and that is just what happened here in the opening round, Jimmy.
Man, she is turning "you hit like a girl" into a compliment, man. That was a beautiful knee, beautiful punches. She's excited, as she should be. Rosie Sexton still being checked out. Man. See here, doctor's checking her out. Blocks knockout, not quite sure where she is.
The time, 120 seconds. 2 minutes even, Jimmy.
Wow, beautiful job. She followed that game plan to perfection. Good movement, good angling, and when she hit with authority.
Last week in Bellator 22, from my hometown of Kansas City, you saw Zoila Frausto's younger sister, Stephanie Frausto, choked unconscious in the first round versus Lisa Ward. Zoila Frausto said, I need to get redemption for the Frausto family. She did that and then some.
I think she certainly did.
Okay.
Great job by Zoila Frausto. You see it here? Came in head high and then bang, ran right into that left knee. Great straight right hands right on the jaw. Excellent finishing instincts by Zoila Frausto. You see it here? You know, Rosie just chasing that takedown a little too much, not worried about defense, and that knee really put her out. Does not know where she is here, and those right hands are just icing on the cake. Zoila, understandably, totally ecstatic with her victory. Beautiful job.
When we return, Jimmy Smith will speak to the winner. The victorious Zoila Frausto celebrates in Louisville, Kentucky at Bellator 23. A thrilling start to Bellator 23 tonight as we come to you from outside in Louisville, Kentucky. Zoila Frausto with a first-round TKO versus Rosie Sexton. We send it back to Michael Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, referee Gary Copeland steps in, waving a halt to this contest. The winner by TKO victory at 2 minutes of round number 1, Zoila Warrior Princess